All right, we're going to talk about frequency tables. And let's start with this one. Read two-way frequency tables. So, question, let's go right to it. It says, how many students in the survey were in the age category of 18 to 22? So, 18 to 22 is right here. Anyone who answered the survey that was of the age 18 to 22 is in this entire row. So the question doesn't ask whether or not they use Facebook or do not use Facebook. It's asking how many were in total in the age category of 18 to 22. So we'd have to add these two up, and we ended up with 82. So be careful about how you read these. Let's do another one. How many students in the survey chose to fly as their superpower? All right, so this is the superpower category. Here's flying. How many chose flying? Well, we better add those up also. It's not just 26, not just 12. Let's add them up. How many 18 to 22-year-olds in the survey responded that they use Facebook? So now we have two things, two identifiers. They have to be 18 to 22, and they say they use Facebook. 18 to 22 and use Facebook. Right there. So this is just one item. We don't have to add anything. Let's go to the next assignment in two-way frequency tables. Let's create. These can be kind of tricky. All right, so the first type is this one. It tells us Hugo is a vet. He knows the following information about his 41 patrons. You're going to be given a list of clues here that we have to use one at a time to help us fill in this frequency table. So first, can you help Hugo organize the results into his frequency table? The first clue is 20 patrons in total do not have a dog. All right, so notice we don't know anything about the information regarding whether or not they have a cat. The only thing it says is that 20 in total do not have a dog. That means this total is 20. We can't say either square yet, though. All right, next, 17 patrons in total have a cat. So that was that one. Let's use a different color here. 17 patrons in total have a cat. That means this column has to add up to 17. Okay, the last clue is 7 patrons have neither a dog nor a cat. That means 7 people have neither. We can say for sure that 7 goes there. Now that we know one of the boxes, we can work backwards to figure out what goes in each one. So again, let's look at this bottom row, do not have a dog. We know that that total has to be 20. So that means this must be 13. 13 plus the 7 that we know is there has to add up to 20. And then now we have 13, we can say that this column has to add up to 17. So this box must be 4. The remaining box, we don't have any other information on unless we look back at the beginning. We know the total has to be 41. 41 total patrons. So how many do we have so far? We have 4. We have 13, and we have 7. If we add those up, that's 24 total patrons. Now, there's supposed to be 41, so let's take away 24, and we're left with 17. 17 must go there. So on these, we got to be careful about the clues, and we have to work backwards. Okay, the other kind of question is going to be a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is 2 circles that usually overlap, and it looks like this. All right, so how many are multiples of 3 and multiples of 4? Let's just take a look at the Venn diagram. In order to find that, we want to figure out the intersection of the Venn diagram, which is right here in the middle. There are 4 numbers that are both multiples of 3 and multiples of 4. For this box, it says multiples of 3, but not a multiple of 4. So we want things that are in the multiple of 3 circle, but not in the multiple of 4 circle. So we're talking about that. Okay, same thing for the other circle. And then this little number down here in the corner all by itself is not in any circle. That means it's not a multiple of 3 and it's not a multiple of 4. So this is where the 5 would go.